Well, it is the Borderland Blitz, sponsored by Southwest University, week number 6. We are at the halfway point of our season, at least.
Somehow.
Flies by.
It does. Time goes by when you're having fun. It just flies by. And what an interesting week 6, because not only did we have high school football, we also had some UTEP football over at the Sun Bowl. The Miners.
They love to do this to us.
Yeah, they did it last year when they played against Boise State, and that was the turnaround really for the season because they upset the Broncos. Could they possibly use this week as well, a Friday night game, to get back on track, kind of like they did last season? Well, let's go ahead and show you the highlights of this one. Friday night lights over at the Sun Bowl. The 1-4 UTEP Miners returning to Conference USA play tonight as they took on the Bulldogs from Louisiana Tech. La Tech. We go to the Sun Bowl here for some, again, Friday night lights. No quarterback Gavin Hardison. He's out with an injury. But La Tech, you see right here, they come out swinging. The gift to Cyrus Allen. Gonna get taken down at the 2-yard line here. And the Bulldogs gonna cap it off with a touchdown. The handoff to Tyree Shelton. Touchdown, La Tech. It's 7-0. Then later, the Miners punting the ball right here, and it's Smoke Harris.
That's a name.
An appropriate name, Sam, definitely, because he's bringing the smoke, making moves, busting loose.
He smokes them, folks.
Exactly, 68 yards for the house call. It's 14-0 Louisiana Tech. Again, no Gavin Hardison, so Jake McNamara, he takes over the reins. Quarterback keeper, punch it, count it. Finally, UTEP gets on the board. It's 14-7 still. La Tech in front. It was 17-7 at the half. Then later in the fourth, Louisiana Tech up 17-10. Looking for some more insurance, and Jack Turner to True Edwards for the 20-yard touchdown strike. It's 24-10 Bulldogs. And that would be the final score as they go on to win this one, 24-10. UTEP, unfortunately, falls now to 1-5 on the season. Their 4th loss in a row as they enter a bye week. And definitely not what you want to hear as a UTEP fan. The Miners' struggles continue, and now without Gavin Hardison, interesting to see how they're going to play it out the rest of the way. And then Jack, he got hurt as well. McNamara did.
Well, I was going to say, they put in Kevin Hurley first to start at QB. He went 3 and out in the first drive. They took him out. They put Jake McNamara in. He gets a scoring drive, but then, he gets out for concussion play. Yeah, concussion play. So he's out. And then Gavin Hardison, he's questionable too. They told us all week he would be playing. I played the sound at 6 p.m. and folks, he did not play. So a lot of question marks surrounding that QB position, which is concerning as the Miners are now 1-5 on the season.
And speaking of question marks, big question was why this wasn't called. Take a look at this dirty play right here from the Louisiana Tech player. That's Bulldogs linebacker Brevin Randall. Just steps on the neck of offensive lineman Stephen Hubbard. Again, what's worse here is that the refs missed it. They didn't call it. They were too concerned with the fumble because UTEP, Jake McNamara had fumbled it there and Louisiana Tech recovered. So you see the ref right there on the right of your screen. He's more concerned looking to see who getting into the pile there. Completely missed the guy stepping on his neck, but that was just horrible. No call, and what's worse is that player, Brevin, should have been ejected from the game.
You never want to see anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game by any means, but that just shouldn't be in sports at all.
No.
Definitely not. Well, let's go ahead and switch gears now. Let's talk about week 6 of the high school football season. Our game of the week was Hanks versus Bel Air. We're going to try to get to those highlights. We're having a little bit of difficulties getting those highlights right now, but we'll move forward with some of the other games here.
Yeah, also on the agenda, Parkland and Eastwood in another 5A showdown. The Matadors were looking to snap a 2-game losing skid as they paid a visit to Eastwood.
And then we'll turn over our attention to District 1 6A. 2 teams in search of another district win. It's going to be between the Montwood Rams taking on the Franklin Cougars.
Well, let's go ahead and jump to Eastwood.
And another game, this is Parkland taking on Eastwood Indians. Parkland looking to snap that 2-game losing skid, and it was a rough start for Parkland's Eric Ortiz as that defense gets in for the sack right there. Again, he's going to drop back, and he's going to run, and that's another sack. The defensive tackle just breaks through the offensive line. That was Jorge Morales there for the Indians. But Parkland figuring it out. They're going to get that. That is a score from Anthony Carrillo, just getting over the goal line, putting Parkland up 7-0, and Parkland, the Matadors, snapping that skid. They're going to take this one 38-20.
Yeah, and let's take you now to Scorpion Stadium for another 5A matchup. The 1-4 Horizon Scorpions hosting the powerhouses that are Del Valle, who are on a 3-game win streak entering district play tonight. And the scoreboard, Yeah, well, it says it all up 43-0 at the half, so they weren't trying to do anything risky. Jake Fetty with the handoff to Andres Mai, who uses speed to burn a few all the way down to about the 7-yard line, and from there, Fetty would take care of the rest. He fakes me for a bit right here, and pretty much every player on the field, guys, because he goes in there with practically nobody around him, so much so that there was almost like he didn't even score. Everyone's like, did this just happen? He did, and the Devalle D were making sure with all their might that the Scorpions wouldn't score, coming up with some massive stops right here, taking down the QB for a sack, kind of somewhat in the pocket right there. Del Valle with a shutout 64-0 win over the Horizon Scorpions.
Big statement win from Del Valle again as district play began tonight in District 158, Division 1. Again, we'll check back with that Valor Hanks game. It was a pretty good game, high-scoring game like we expected. We're working to get those highlights for you. We'll hopefully have them in this show. We'll turn our attention now to District 16A. Fresh off a bye week, the Montwood Rams return to action tonight as they made the trip to West El Paso to take on the Franklin Cougars. The Rams 2-0 in district play, but the Cougars 2-1, a formidable opponent as well. So who would get their third district win? Well, the Rams were certainly fired up for this one. Take a look.
Don't do my job! Don't do my job! I'll put the family first! I'll put the family first!
That doesn't get you fired up. I don't know what will. And the Rams were certainly fired up on their first possession of the game. They're going to find pay dirt. Michael Southern to Diego Oaxaca, and run, Diego, run. He jets right through the defenders. Going to get a nice block right there to get the house call. Montwood up 7-0. The Rams defense completely swarming Shea Smith here in the first quarter of the game. Nowhere to go, and he'll get taken down. Bringing the hammer are the Rams in this one. Still 7-0 in the first. Montwood's second drive of the game. The quick pass to Caleb Alvarez. He'll take care of the rest. Caleb Alvarez, welcome to End Zone City. Rams go up 14-0. Franklin, finally though, going to get something going here. The give to Aditro de la Riva gets them within striking distance there. This was in the second quarter. Cougs finally going to get on the board as Shea Smith, this time with the keeper. He'll take it to the house. It's 14-7. Rams still in front as the Montwood Rams improve to 3-0 in district play. They were well rested after that bye week. You see it right there. They get the dub, 41-35 over the Franklin Cougars.
6A is getting fun, folks.
Let's head on over to Eastwood. The Troopers sitting at 3-1, hosting the Coronado Thunderbirds, who are 1-4 and actually winless in district play at the beginning. Evan Mijares with the long pass to Fabian Penaloza. Where's the defense? He's gonna.
It's nowhere.
I know. So they're gonna waltz right in, but now Coronado looking to respond. He's gonna fire a long pass, but it's incomplete through the hands into double coverage. Actually, a nice pass. Looked pretty on target again. Mijares looking for a score, but that one is complete for the Troopers. What a throw! What a catch into double coverage for 6. Coronado Ben
with
Wilson.
the touchdown there.
He's looking. He's rolling to his right. Heaves one down the field for Blake Randag. That one, absolutely no doubt. That one's in for 6, but this one, tight contest with the Troopers taking down the T-Birds 38-33.
We go to the SAC now, the America's Trailblazers. 3-2 on the season, taking on the Pepper Hill Spartans 4-1. Both teams 2-1 in district play. Mark Moore with a short pass to Brian Gonzalez from Messi. Runs and gets stopped. Will he? Won't he? Is he going? Oh! About the 7-yard line. They'll settle for a field goal right here to get some points on the board. And every point in this game counted. Pebble Hills, they're like, come on guys, let's get pumped up here. We need to get back in this game down 3-0. And let me tell you, they do just that. Zarin Qualas with the run right here, scoops around into open space, beats everyone with the speed. That is a touchdown right there for the Spartans. But more, this time, he's got another one in him. Long pass to Abiel Rincon for an America's touchdown. You missed it a little bit, but you see the dancing. You know it's a touchdown right there. What can Pebble Hills do? Well, Gael Ochoa, yep, keeper for the score right there. This one as close as it gets. Pebble Hill misses a PAT after 2 penalties push them back, forcing a 30-yard attempt, only 9 seconds left. And Americas hold on to win by 1 point, 24-23.
What an exciting game there. That PAT,
I feel excited.
They didn't make the PAT, and that's what gives the Blazers the dub. An exciting set of games in District 1-6A. Like you saw Coronado earlier, who they don't have a district win, but all their games have been close.
So close.
They're just right there.
They're knocking on the door.
Yeah. There was the Thunderbirds. Well, next week, hopefully it'll be a bounce back for them. Plenty more football left to come, and plenty more football left to talk about on this show as we'll head over to San Elizario. Rachel made the trip to San Eli tonight, where she checked in on the Fabens Wildcats, taking on those Eagles. We also have the War of the Week coming up. A battle between two teams that have won the previous War of the Week, so who's going to make it 2-0 on their season?
We are the Borderland Blitz!
Zach's Dance Blitz, a high school mascot dance-off every Friday night during the Borderland Blitz at 10:35 p.m. Sponsored by Charlie Clark Nissan Infinity.
Reflecting on the road we traveled can reveal the intricate details of who we are. You were the beginning of our story, and the journey continues on. We're with you. Thank you for 90 years.
Make the right choice for your home when it comes to windows and doors. For more than 20 years, the Window Depot has provided the best price and biggest inventory on in-stock windows and doors. The Window Depot is open to the public, so whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, you can shop the enormous warehouse. Browse the shelves with over 1,000 vinyl windows, interior and patio doors, and skylights in several varieties and sizes available to go home today. Shop thewindowdepot.com or find a location near you. The Window Depot, lowest prices, biggest inventory.
With dangerous, record-breaking heat, count on the ABC7 Storm Track weather team.
105 degrees. This is the hottest temperature ever recorded during a September in El Paso.
Now, we've never issued a first alert for the heat in September. Every day we hit a triple is a new record.
First alerts to keep your family safe.
Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, stay hydrated. Do not leave your pets inside of a parked vehicle or your kids.
Always tracking. First to alert.
3.
Good.
Yeah, it was Franklin's homecoming night, and of course you got to have royalty there for when it's homecoming night. That was Kevin and Daniela there, and congratulations, they were Franklin's homecoming royal prince and princess.
I love that. I look so happy too. It's
Fantastic.
the best thing to see.
Yeah, they're all decked out and
They look fantastic. They look great.
Yeah. You know what else looked great? The Chapin Huskies. They were looking to get back on track after last week's loss to Del Valle. Tonight they took on the Irvin Rockets. Unfortunately, though, we did have some camera issues on this one, so we weren't able to get the highlights, but you see it right there. The result, again, Chapin looking very good. A nice bounce back.
I reckon I can pick what happened in this game. You had Davion Singleton do a bunch of good stuff. You had Savion do a bunch of good stuff. And that's pretty much it. Those two guys, as well as a few other guys on offense, and Chapin, they are a formidable force.
Those Huskies know how to score.
Yeah, 49-0.
Chapin improves to 3-2 on their season. Meantime, over at Bowie High School, again, apologies, our camera issues, we weren't able to get the highlights of this game as well, but you see the Bowie Bears, they just continue their winning ways. They took down Cathedral tonight by a final of 21-14. Bowie improves to 5-1 on their season. Impressive Bowie squad, getting their 5th win of the season.
Kind of an underrated good game between those two teams.
Very close-knit and very equal, and it's good showing from the Bowie Bears tonight.
Well, let's take you to the county for a showdown between the 2-2 Fabens Wildcats and the neighbors, the San Eli Eagles, who are 1-3. And look at the eagle fly, wings outstretched, but it would be the Wildcats doing all the flying on the field early. Ivan Urita on the opening kick takes it from the 11-yard line. We sped it up all the way to the 9-yard line to put the Wildcats in prime position. And Eric Ortiz with class. Watch this. He just stays put, and it all opens up in front of him. Fabens up 6-0, and they'd make it 12-0 real quick. Ortiz this time finds Urita, who puts on the brakes, changes direction, and is in for the score. Yeah, Wildcats waving loud and proud, but Eagles on homecoming in the rivalry, always going to put up a fight. Zamar Vargas bulldozes his way over for the touchdown. Yeah, sound the alarm. San Eli are in, folks. They're on the board. but it would be the Fabens Wildcats in a close one, 31-22.
The Eagle not happy with that result, says he was in your face there in your camera.
He was like, get out of this. I don't like a loss. I don't need the attention on me. Thank you very much.
Well, the Riverside Rangers were on the road in Seminole today, taking on Bushland. They agreed to a neutral site to play this game. Unfortunately, Riverside comes out on the losing end of this one, 63-28, as putting up 63 points against the Rangers. But I'm sure Gary Recorder will have his team ready to go next week.
Yeah, and wild because this one was actually tied at 28 at the half, so the Rangers in it all the way, and just second half got rolled there. But
35-0 second half.
A good test right before district play, that's for sure.
Well, this next game, no doubt about this one. This one was never close, as you'll see. Tornillo falls to Alpine today, 74-0, as Tornillo still in search of their first win of the season as they fall to 0-5. We're going to move on to the War of the Week, and a little bit different this time as we got two previous winners before. And remember, we're giving those Southwest gift cards, guys, $50 each, so they each got $50. So the winner of this one is going to have a total of $100 by the end of
Can I become a cheerleader for a night? I can use $50.
The cheerleaders are feeling pretty good.
We'll start on a squad reach.
Yeah, me and Sam against everyone
Rosemary's
else.
actually taught us some cheers before.
That's true.
So.
That's true. We could be in for one.
That's right. I learned something new. Rosemary was a cheerleader. That's
sure was.
Well, here we go. It was between Franklin and Montwood over at Franklin. High today. Again, they've both won the War of the Weeks before. Who won it this week? Here's Iris Garcia.
Welcome to another War of the Week. We're at Franklin High School. We have two cheer squads who are about to go down another tug-of-war challenge, and the winner's going to get a $50 gift card thanks to Southwest University. But before we get started, let's go ahead and ask Franklin if they have any last words.
We're going to call the Rams.
All right, what about Montwood? Montwood, do you have any last words?
Cougars are going down!
All right, let's go ahead and take your mark. Take your mark. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Looks like Montwood. Looks like it's going back and forth. Franklin looks like it's getting better. Hold. Are you guys okay? Okay. Well, when you guys there, and then
They were all okay. Those Cougars were okay. They were okay. That's why Edis was checked in on them when they saw that they had fallen down. But that Montwood cheerleader did say they were going down, and they did, but they were okay.
They wore like the safety vest.
Yeah, they were ready. So Montwood getting the win on the field and the win in tug of war. The Rams, it's a new vibe over
Sweet
there.
play of the week earlier this week. They got the cupcakes. The Rams are 3-0 in district play. They're rolling right now.
Rolling, and you know who else is kind of rolling in a sense? It's a good friend Zach over here, because I literally heard you on the phone today. Someone called to ask about him.
Yes.
People love this guy.
They still think I'm his father, but I am not.
You've disappointed a
I will
lot of viewers.
I will go ahead and put that on there.
Definitely know that for sure.
I'm positive.
I
mean, I'd like to be his father, but no, I'm not. He is the father of our promotions director, John Ross, and Zachary Ross. There you go. And here he is, right?
Yeah.
The Dance Blitz.
Welcome to Zach's Dance Blitz, sponsored by Troy Coronado and Charlie Clark Infinity. Let's get this party started!
There we go, just like that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Let's go.
The dancing keeps getting better and better. All night long, back to you!
I like the karate chops.
Yeah.
But can you beat a panther doing a worm? I
pretty good at
mean, that's some skills right there.
Some nice dance moves from the Mascots out there. Just kudos to them. Well, we got plenty more to come here on the Borderland Blitz. We have the Blitz picks. Sam's going to be headed to that. Again, we're trying to get the Hanks versus Bel Air game. We'll hopefully have that for you coming up after the break.
And yeah, shout out to Blitzy the Bear, keeping my dad company in the stands right there. I know, even getting away from
This
them.
is so beautiful.
Chiller.
25-year truck driver. I've been driving for Rivas Enterprises for 6. I have 1 million miles. I'm home every weekend. The benefits and the respect that you get in this company is outstanding. If you're looking for a place to call home, call Rivas Enterprises.
Did you know Western Tech offers programs in the business field? That's right. Learn those business fundamentals from a college who's been around for over 50 years. Now's your time. Start or complete your bachelor's degree, or take your game to the next level with an MBA. We're just not any technical school. We're Western Tech, and we mean business. Visit westerntech.edu and get started on your future today. Don't give up, rise up at Western Tech. College for the real world.
August 3rd was a day many of us don't want to remember, but for some of us, it's a day we cannot forget. El Paso United Family Resiliency Center is committed to providing free resources of healing and support for those directly and indirectly impacted by the events of August 3rd. With counseling, non-traditional therapies, and spiritual care available, you can begin your healing journey. If you or someone you love needs help, please call El Paso United Family Resiliency Center. Together, we can heal.
I'm a 25-year truck driver. I've been driving for Rivas Enterprises for 6. I have 1 million miles. I'm home every weekend. The benefits and the respect that you get in this company is outstanding. If you're looking for a place to call home, call Rivas Enterprises.
Yeah, let's get to our game of the week. District play began tonight, as we mentioned, for District 1 5A Division 1. The Bel Air Highlanders are looking to keep their winning ways going as they enter district play, a perfect 5-0, but they took on a tough Hanks team that was 4-1 on their season. So who would get that all-important first win in district play? Highlanders, Knights. Here's Bel Air's Jadea Velasquez with a big pass to Christopher Davis. It was 14-10 Bel Air at that point, and then Vasquez. Yeah, go Highlanders indeed. with another pass to Oscar Martinez. Right in the end zone, right in the breadbasket. That made it 21-10 Bel Air. And Velasquez, he was on a roll in this one. This time he's going to toss it to Adam Silva. And the pass right there, that was Adam Silva making the grab in the end zone for the touchdown.
And also just correction, that's Noah Moreno at number 8 QB right there. So all those touchdowns that were thrown, that was coming from Moreno right there.
So Bel Air goes on to win this one by a final score. You see it 48-25 as the Highlanders improve to 6-0 on the season. We'll next head over to the Field of Dreams as the Mayfield squad taking on the Deming Wildcats. Second quarter right here.
Brian Alfaro. What will the quarterback do? He, decides to keep it himself easy. Just blocks right there. In he goes for the touchdown for the Wildcats. Deming up 6-0, extra point no good. Mayfield would finally find pay dirt in the third quarter. Luke Lennon going to air. Nail this one to Brian Cole, who makes the nice catch right there in the end zone. Trojans take the lead 7-6, but it's the Wildcats from Deming getting the win tonight, 20-7. Mayfield drops to 3-3 on the season. That is a big-time statement win from Deming, a small town going up to Las Cruces to beat the Mayfield Trojans.
You don't see that too often, indeed, with Deming, but Deming is a very good team. Meantime, Las Cruces was on the road in Hobbs, New Mexico, taking on the Eagles from Hobbs. We're still working to get that final score for you. Of course, we'll see if we can track that one down.
It was delayed due to lightning. I've been struggling to find out whether it actually got cancelled or postponed completely. So we'll keep you updated on that one on our website, kv.com, as well as tomorrow morning on Good Morning El Paso. But now out to Santa Teresa, where the #1 ranked team in the state of New Mexico is paying a visit. The Bulldogs and Warriors going head-to-head. Dogs already on top, 12-0 after an opening kickoff TD, and they keep going. QB Nia Estrada drops back, finds Isaac Cazetta, who breaks a tackle. Just watch him go into the end zone right there for another score. They go up. Then take a look. Still in the first quarter. It's now 22-0 Bulldogs. Santa Teresa on offense, but the Warriors are intercepted by Jose Rodriguez, and he will go for 6 the other way. Artesia with another dominant win to move to 7-0. This game actually cut short at the half because Artesia are up so much, 53-0. They end up getting the win over Santa Teresa.
Artesia, a very good team. They remain undefeated on their season. Meantime, Valencia taking on Gadsden tonight, and from the start, Gadsden came to play. Gadsden's Adrian Munoz runs the line to a score right here, and you're going to see Gadsden's Ryan Hernandez kept running for the end zone right here. as we see the cheerleaders pumping up the crowd.
How could you not after a QB keeper like that from Yunus?
This is Ryan Hernandez making moves there, and
easy.
He'll, yeah, take it to the house. Gazin and fancy footwork there. Then sneak through the huddle right here.
Yunus
next play
with the handoff, and that is in for another Gadsden score. They really just roll in this one. Big time win for the Panthers and Coach Dino Fascio Jr. 50-0 over Valencia right there for the Panthers.
All right, we're going to send things over now to Sam with today's winners of the Blitz pick.
Well, guys, that Gadsden game was a full-on 50 burger. But you know what else is a big 50 burger? Winning that $50 gift card from Southwest University for this Blitz picks. And that's it off with some of our great submissions. I always remind our viewers, I don't pick them. They're picked at random. So you can't be mad at me. That's really why I preface this. I'm really just watching out for myself here, but that's okay. We got some great picks this time around. This is of the America's freshman team that played yesterday. Just two kids having so much fun after their game. And now we actually got two pictures of this, but I'm going to show the one that didn't win first. But a real nice pic of the moon over at Scorpion Stadium.
I love the moon.
Well, Rachel, we're going to get some more moon in just a second, because here is our winner from Ruben Burgos. It's a similar shot. You get the sunset. You get the teams over there at Scorpion Stadium, Del Valle versus Horizon. Ruben, thank you so much for your submission. Thank you so much for all your submissions, and I will be giving you a call very soon to let you know that you are our big winner.
It's not the moon shots, and it's the sunset shots.
We like all of them. The Blitz picks, you can't be mad at them.
You cannot indeed. And $50 gift card, can't be mad at that. Who's mad at that?
I should submit a photo also. I could, like we mentioned before, please $50. Be nice.
I'll know if it's your burner account, Rachel.
How would you know? Here's the thing. I think I could, sneak my way in there. We'll see.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll recap the scores for you in case you missed it. We also have some post-game sound from the UTEP Miners after their loss to Louisiana Tech today. We'll play that for you as well. And we'll also take a look at the Sweet Play of the Week winner, just in case you missed it, what play won last week.
This year at Peter Piper Pizza, she gets everything she wants for her birthday. Pizza. Friends. Games. And best of all, you. Our party package has everything you need for an unforgettable celebration. Peter Piper Pizza. Pizza made fresh, families made happy. Would you like to work in New York City or Chicago? Don't wait until 2024 and enroll now at Southwest University with our associate's degree in culinary arts to get the opportunity. Get a high-level education by chefs Carlos Gaitan, Mikel Alonso, and Jonathan Gomez Luna. Learn all the skills, finish in just 2 years, and turn into a culinary professional only at Culinary Institute by Southwest University. For more information, visit us at southwestuniversity.edu. Culinary Institute by Southwest University, a passion for food.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know that 1 out of 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer? Men, please talk to your doctor about getting screened. If you need medical imaging, then Desert Imaging is here for you, because the sooner you know, the better.
With Glasheen, Vyas, Ninderman Injury Lawyers, our clients get real results. We know catastrophic injury and wrongful death cases. That's what we do. We win big. We are Glasheen, Vyas, Ninderman Injury Lawyers.
We love the Borderland Blitz!
And we love, I believe that was the Eastwood Trooperettes. There you go.
Glitz and glam they got.
Yeah, no, those uniforms are no joke. Trooper clap for that. Those uniforms, and for the Trooperettes, and Eastwood getting a close win over the Thunderbirds today. Before we get into the recap of the scores, we want to recap what happened over at the Sun Bowl, just in case you missed it. The 1-4 UTEP Miners returned to conference play as they took on the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. As we showed you earlier, not a good day for the Miners. First off, Gavin Hardison did not play today, quarterback Gavin Hardison, so Jake McNamara did take over the reins at QB today. But then he also got injured with a concussion later in this game. But you see, this was on the Louisiana Tech's first drive of the game. They're already within business. They're already in business there, and they're going to cap it off with a touchdown right here from Tyree Shelton that made it 7-0 Miners would go on to fall in this game by a final score of 24-10. It's their 4th loss in a row as they fall to 1-5 on the season. We did just hear from UTEP football players in their post-game news conference. Let's go ahead and play that for you right now.
Overall, we definitely did some good things, but we shot ourselves in the foot. Too many penalties that we given ourselves. But we just got to clean up all the penalties, all the things that we causing on ourselves. Once we clean that up, we'll be a sound defense. But we just got to play mistake-free.
And again, the Miners will enter a bye week, so they'll have some time to fix things up.
Yeah, they will, but you got to start to question whether there even is enough time to make this season mean something.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about wanting to go a bowl game, wanting to win a conference championship. It looks a little hard right now, being 1-5 on the season and 0-2 in conference play.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and talk about something that's sweet here. The sweet play of the week. You had the honors of doing the sweet play of the week this week.
I had so much fun. I got to head down to the Lower Valley, hang out with the fellas at Del Valle, and give Matt Lopez and the Conquistadores their cupcakes this week. And take a look at this one. There is their kick returner, Matt Lopez. This is in the first half. He actually got injured late in the game, but he was as healthy as it gets for this play, because look at him making moves. Little stiff arm there and just full speed. And there they are getting their cupcakes. Had a great time there. And, you know, who doesn't love some good cupcakes?
Did you try one?
I did. I did. I was awesome.
Really good. Comes out, folks. Did you just try one or did you
Just one, Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Just
that,
one.
That box looked kind of empty, Seth.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did.
On Wednesday, I was asked about this too, so I think I was leaning a little back a little bit, but they all were there. All 50, I counted. 5 rows of 10.
You said 50.
Math.
There's actually supposed to be 60 cupcakes.
That's
did you
not true.
Eat the 10? All right, Sam.
That would take a lot of exercising to.
All right, to be continued there. Well, let's recap the game from last night. Socorro Eastlake.
Let's take you there real quick now. Socorro shocked everyone, getting on the board first right there. The QB keep from Antonio Montes. So Bulldogs go up 6-0, but yeah, Eastlake, they would quickly find the offensive gears. The hook and ladder right here, they love it, and I love watching it happen because they make it look so smooth. Eastlake go on to win this one by a big time score of 56-18 in other high school football from Thursday night. Austin fell to Dumas 27-7. But let's recap all of the scores for you right here from week 6 of Texas high school football.
Yeah, Bel Air continues their winning ways, remaining perfect on the season. 6-0, they get the win over Hanks, 48-25. Parkland over Usleta, 38-20. Del Valle all over Horizon, 64-0. Montwood winners over Franklin, 41-35. Eastwood remains perfect in district play, 38-33 over Coronado, and Americas by 1 point over the Pebble Hill Spartans today, 24-23.
In some other scores, Chapin, Norting Irvin, 49-0. Fabens getting up over St. Ellie, 31-22. Bowie over Cathedral in a close one, 21-14. Bushland getting up over Riverside, 63-28. Alpine over Tornillo, 74-0. Las Cruces and Hobbs, that game delayed. I'm pretty sure it was called off. That one never getting played.
And moving on to some more scores, here's Deming with a win 20-7 over Mayfield. Gatson with a 50-piece shutout over Valencia. Artesia beating Santa Teresa 53-0. Eastlake with a big-time win over Socorro 56-18. And Dumas, a 20-point win over Austin.
And that's going to do it for week number 6.
Guys, we're already halfway. It's kind of bittersweet.
6 more weeks to go, but don't worry, we got 6 more weeks to go.
Got plenty of time.
And then playoffs after that. So
Exactly.
We got our playoff edition. Yeah, plenty more dancing with Zach, plenty more War of the Week with the cheerleaders. Still got a whole season left to go. That's going to do it for us here for week 6. We'll see you in week number 7. Have a great night, everyone.